full detail that there's a ghost gun involved. What do we know about how this started and where we first picked it up?
Yeah, I know the CHP is trying to work with the sheriff's office out in San Bernardino to
It started with a
get some of
kiss.
that information. There you see one of the
Baby.
helicopters in the shot right there.
Good to see
that
everybody.
sun. But what's happening
Armed.
right now is we've gone into
Possible suspect.
now. This is the third
Pass
area
telling me I
of
already
their
missed
third
10
office.
minutes.
So each time we
Pass,
go through this, you get a new set
just
of
got
officers,
home.
a
As soon
new
as I got
sergeant
home,
who
I
wants
turned
new
on the
information.
computer and I was
it's
here.
happening kind of quickly that we're
I
transitioning
did
between
everything
these
I
different
could.
offices.
Couldn't
Each
teleport
person's
home.
trying to get caught up,
Apparently, it
as
just
we
doesn't
go,
work
and that's
that
what's
way.
happening right now. We're getting into the Santa Fe Springs area.
Just doesn't
We are
work.
still waiting to get back from San Bernardino
Erica,
Sheriff's
good to see
exactly
you.
what happened, but I can tell you that the Ontario police helicopter
Looks
that was
like I've
overhead
missed
picked
nothing,
it up,
which is
in
good.
the Ontario area, kind of near the
Picture is here.
Ontario Mills
You
Mall
guys
out
are
there.
so impatient.
San Bernardino Sheriff's Office obviously
Goodness,
has the
I'm
whole
doing my
county, but they have an
best.
office specifically.
Only got two fat hands.
From there,
Shannon Rick, good
it's
to see
not
you.
clear how long they were chasing it. I will tell you though that the San Bernardino Sheriff's helicopters usually get in the air pretty quickly. So the fact that
Make sure you do us a favor.
picked it up leads me to believe
Even though we're last on the scene, please give us a like.
But it looks like he's
We'd
trying
appreciate
to get
it.
back on after getting off the 605 right here. Des, is that your understand? This is an on ramp back onto the 605 northbound.
Back on the freeway.
After a brief exit.
Hauling ass. Bow cheeks.
Yeah, that's it. It's kind of what the suspect's been doing throughout the duration of the pursuit.
Pamela?
Is just to go along a stretch of freeway.
I'm trying to give a little bit of time before I contact Creed.
And this is the volume side, but
hey,
we're well
sexy.
Past, now
well,
well in the 7 o'clock hour. The traffic starts to break apart.
I'll let Creed know you said hi when he gets here. Good to see you, Tiff. Always, you can always count on Tiff being here for a nighttime chase. I appreciate that, Tiff. Rick, you on vacation?
Not making a really,
humble brag from Rick.
Really desperate attempt.
Mayor, how are you?
From authorities. I mean, yes, we have seen some high speeds, but we haven't.
Supposedly, this guy has a weapon of some sort. Bean, good to see you. I don't think we've really said. I mean, it could be a pew pew. Could be a knife. Anything's possible, Tina. David Allen, good to see you.
Still, I've kind of been
Charlie Payne.
A little bit above the speed limit. We have seen
so,
to 100 miles an hour. Actually,
anytime we have these type of things, especially when they're on the freeway, this could be long and drawn out. Unless they hit something or they just pull over and give up.
And it is somewhat.
They're not going to pit the guy.
This driver using some turn signals here
on the freeway.
And you say, very importantly, not going down the wrong way, not getting too close to cars. You got to take the good
safety first.
Bad,
he's slowing down. Is there traffic?
The suspect is believed to be armed. The suspect is driving a stolen vehicle itself, possibly a weapon. Police are unable at these speeds to
humble brag
successfully and safely use a pit
maneuver
or use spike strips. That's very unlikely. So we're in this for the long haul as they just try to wear this person down. There's almost
well, Debbie, I appreciate that. I'll let Damon know.
Armed suspect fleeing that vehicle.
And you just wonder,
I'll send him some babysitting money.
As they exit sometimes off surface streets and they get back onto the freeway, are they thinking
holy shikey
exit those surface streets they might lose officers for just a second even and maybe try
look
to
it happens
get back on the freeway.
You wish it
getting on surface streets as
into existence.
Mike Rogers at the desk, putting spike strips out and pit maneuvers obviously easier at
Robbie Ram, congratulations on your
but the conditions
work anniversary at the Amazon
streets as well. There's got to be a clear path for them to do all of this. So him or her getting back on the freeway.
Oh, please be a woman.
Again,
please be a woman.
That's certainly
Chris?
not helping that situation.
And we all day long have been airing an investigative about the number of car
5 months a member
skyrocketing.
That's right. That's a winner.
109 car thefts last year. All of these car chases, virtually all of them, are stolen cars.
Well,
this
yes,
is
of
one
course.
of the byproducts we see. Not every
Thank you for being a member.
Chase, but we're seeing more car chases because, frankly, there are more
cars to steal.
Fortunately, in 2023,
more cars.
We're seeing a slight decrease in the number of auto thefts. Hopefully, we'll start seeing fewer and fewer.
Hopes here.
Chases like this, but tonight the chase is
unfortunately I do.
On. This one has been going on for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think I got like 4 hours sleep last night.
This is a stolen Nissan. The suspect driving is believed to be
not a good night's
armed with what we think and have been told by authorities is most likely a ghost gun. How we know that and specificity of a possible weapon in this car is still unclear.
A ghost gun.
Authorities are
Those
just out of
exist?
frame, following closely behind. This car's been racing down the 10. Now
Learn
the
something new every day.
605 south, getting
Coast
on,
gun.
getting off, getting back on at speed sometimes.
I mean, that
topping
movie
100 miles an
Ghostbusters
hour.
told us it was going to
We've covered
happen.
A lot of ground here, you know, Ross. You were talking about the various freeways that this person has been on, and Mike was saying that
I'm way behind.
Picked this up actually. Desmond actually picked this up in the Ontario.
Warren,
Hills
what a
area.
great point.
And
He is
now
driving a
I mean,
weapon.
look at us. We are in the East San Gabriel Valley. That's a lot of ground we covered so far. Going
16
back
months,
and forth on the
remember?
605
Which also always makes
J-Feeb.
me wonder what's the plan.
Keeping it
Not that we know, and
K-Fabe.
maybe they don't even know either, but we've seen situations where people like kind of have a clear idea of where they want to go.
I don't think this guy has a
neighborhood, maybe that they're familiar with, or whatever,
clue where he's going.
There,
Van camping, that sounds fun.
Done that. These on and off the
Also
freeway,
love
up and
the
down
van
605.
camp.
You know, we're kind of
food.
now making our way back to the way we came. So we'll see if he ends up going.
He's doing the old
towards
do-si-do.
San Bernardino County, where this whole thing started, and it's just, you know, it's hard to tell if these guys just think that let me drive long enough and eventually they'll get tired or get rid of me or what have you. But I can tell you that the CHP is just anecdotally will chase just about anything. There is not much for the CHP.
I'm old,
chase,
Derek.
which,
Takes time.
is this driver's, you know, worst nightmare because they can go the whole state. You know, that's we've already seen them cross over 3 of the CHP offices, the Santa Fe Springs, East LA for a little bit, and the Baldwin Park CHP office. So they've got no shortage of officers that are willing to take this over, and it'll keep going until this guy gives up or they do something to end it.
And Mike and Susie, as you well know, in the end,
ghost
we always
gun.
find
I'm
out
still
there is
reeling
no
from that.
rhyme or reason. It is a criminal act, and there is very rarely a plan. We tend to believe that people try to head towards areas that they know, but at the end of the day, it usually turns out that they are just running blindly, and we only no one knows
willy-nilly. Some would
The only good thing
say.
we can say, Des, as we continue to watch this, is
People
no
say they're
close
just
calls
running willy-nilly.
yet. And this driver is using signals and
smoke signals.
Comparatively and relatively, we have
Speaking of smoke signals, 2 bones from the mayor. Breaking off a piece of his re-election campaign. Make sure if you're heading out to the polls this year,
I just got an email back from them. The
vote for the mayor.
In Rancho Cucamonga, like I thought, near Arrow Route and Baker
where the Young
Avenue
Bucks are from, Cucamonga.
At 6:40. So this has been going on for a lot longer than we thought, almost an hour now as we come up on the 7:30.
I'm going to quickly go through.
Bottom of the hour here at
I'm going to miss a lot of comments,
and
I do apologize.
The vehicle is
but
reported stolen, and it did begin.
I owe these people thank yous. JJ Metal, JJ Metal. Can't drive 55 like young Sammy Hagar.
So
Robbie Rob. 5 of those Amazon dollars.
6:40 is when it started out
Many
in the
thanks.
Cucamonga area, and as we've been saying, it is reported stolen.
Matt,
what a crazy
Big
that goes
Daddy
How
Matt,
they know that
long
really
and drawn out,
to find out.
just like
But the
Matt's
bottom line
love
for
making.
authorities chasing right now, this person is armed.
Amazon girl,
Armed with a
5
weapon,
months a
armed with
member.
a pretty sizable vehicle and speeding
Helen.
at times over 100
Hello,
miles
Helen.
an hour. It looks safe to us watching.
That's the Terminator. 3 months.
SkyCal up above,
Where-
but it's a very dangerous situation.
You've
out
been
there
a
for
member way
authorities
longer
right
than
now.
3 months.
And,
This
you know,
thing
going
broken?
this fast on the freeway, and it only makes you wonder how long before this
There we
person
go.
runs out of gas.
Caught
I
up
mean,
with
Desmond was,
everybody.
you know, talking about the fact that perhaps when this car was actually stolen, it had a low level of gas, and that's what we're hoping for. It'll,
Well,
you know,
maybe
ramp up,
this
you know, pretty
person
soon here, but
just
if
got
not, if
paid
they're on a
today
full
and topped
tank,
it
I mean,
off.
certainly they've covered. They've covered a lot of ground here in Southern California so far tonight, but
Oh,
still,
I'm so far right now.
they can have a lot more
I've bitten off more than
gas
I
in
can
the
chew,
tank, which means
children.
They can go a lot further than this.
And Mike, perhaps the good news authorities haven't told you yet that anyone else is in the car, because certainly by now, the amount of
All right.
detail we've had, we would know if this is a carjacking and someone else inside. That's some bit of good news.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Well,
and,
of
you know,
course,
CHP,
nobody
when they
ever
get the
said it was
warrant,
that.
they
That's
can
like
call
saying
and know what the vehicle is
that
wanted
the
for.
person's
They
a
put it
murderer.
over to their officers, and it's being described as a 10851 vehicle, which is the California vehicle code for a stolen vehicle. And if it was something else, as you suggested, Ross, carjacking or anything else, the want would be described as the more serious crime, which would have been the carjacking. So we've only heard CHP describe it as a stolen vehicle. And so that is the good news that we probably or hopefully
Sorry, give me just a
wasn't
moment.
stolen by any means of force or anything like that.
Yeah. So then again, the question is, how does CHP know that this person is actually armed tonight?
Right.
You know, if they didn't actually.
Well, you told me they were
report
using a ghost
carjacking,
PPU.
maybe
So I mean,
like we're talking about, somebody saw them with the gun. Maybe at one point they had it out the window, or maybe someone saw it. You know,
they're just
there's no
hanging it out the
knows.
window for everybody to
And I
look
was just
at.
going to say, we also don't know the circumstances of the theft. If this was a family member who stole it from another family member, maybe that family member
Sorry, I gotta
knows
get
that
everybody
this
on the
person
train.
has a
Has a
gun.
gun.
And
Sure.
that would make a little more sense,
Mhm.
wouldn't it? You know, we talked a few minutes ago.
I
about
love
the
these
increase in
guys,
auto
by the
theft, and
way.
just a few months ago, we did another investigative piece on ghost guns and the national attempt to make it more difficult to purchase, to make sure that credit card companies did not authorize the
Ghost
transactions.
gun.
For the parts. A ghost gun is something you buy in a kit, for example, and you put the pieces together yourself. There's no serial number.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
It's
for
a
catching
growing
ghosts.
problem,
I'm
and
sorry.
this chase tonight is really emblematic of two huge problems we're seeing: car thefts and ghost guns. A dangerous situation.
A dangerous
we have been seeing
situation
more
for
and more
sure.
of.
Yeah, it's true. Let's go back upstairs.
It was
to
almost
Jason
more
Shaw
dangerous
live
for
in
ghosts,
SoCal.
though,
saw
after I
a
had
patrol
read it.
vehicle kind of speeding up ahead of another one. Are they changing out jurisdictions right now? Is that what's happening, CHP?
Steve?
Most likely
Mhm.
that's what's happening, because we have gone through quite a few different CHP
I'm about to
offices
think some
on
more
this one.
people, by the way.
I did want to mention, though, I've noticed that, you know, sometimes we see the CHP or whoever the pursuing agency is, like, right up very close to the suspect, trying to really kind of keep pace with them. But I've noticed that they've kind of been keeping their
I think they're
distance.
going to stick their head out the window and be like, go
Here,
round.
so let's see if it's going to be the kind of, you know, reverse
Reverse
as they get
cowboy
off, if they're going to try to
or
make their way
cowgirl.
back to the East 60. But I'm
All
wondering,
right.
you know, if they're doing
Back
that
to
because this
thanking
person was
people
going
who are
so fast, they
amazing.
don't want to
Not that everybody's
give
not
them an
amazing,
excuse to try to drive
but do
even
us a favor and
faster
hit the
than
like
100
button.
10 miles an hour, because they would be
That
very
helps
capable
out
of
so
keeping up
much.
with them if they wanted to. But they have been giving a pretty
They're
decent
giving them
amount
the
of
finger.
distance, even now as we get off of the freeway here. That may also
All
be
right.
because this person is believed to be
Dick
armed and
Harris,
dangerous.
6 months a member.
Let's see if we can see it here. This is the first time we've seen the
Appreciate
window
it, Dick
down. We're
Harris.
getting a look
Carol,
of the
the
driver right
OG
now.
bully.
Looks like
Where's
they're
my
wearing some
blanket,
dark
Carol?
clothing. Getting the hood up here. Are they suddenly pulling over? Oh, who's this?
Who's that
Somebody.
guy?
I just saw somebody.
Yeah, maybe the
Just a random
traffic
bystander,
forcing
I
him
guess.
to.
No, that wasn't that.
I thought that person knew him because he was
yeah.
beelining for that person.
Yeah, that was really weird just then.
Yeah, and you know, we actually
Geomac
saw
had
that a couple of weeks
16
ago, where a
months.
suspect handed something off to.
All right, now
someone
this is going to get
who was
interesting
waiting
because
for
we're
them, so
in
you never know, but no, that just
off the
appears to be
freeway
a random
where all the good
bystander,
stuff happens.
as
Chris,
they walk. So windows
Ray
down.
Pickens,
It's back up.
H&W,
No, it's
always
down. It's kind
on
of
Mikey's side.
rolling down right now. So let's see.
Anytime
this is
Mom
actually,
and
so far, the longest
Mikey
that
get in a
we've been
fight,
off of the
they
freeway,
take
I
Mikey's
think.
side.
Where they got off right here.
Where do you get off?
In the Montebello area was
Video
not an
guns.
area
Look at lady
where
from
you
earlier.
just get
I
off the freeway
hope
and
so.
then make a left and get
Oh
right back
my
on the freeway.
gosh,
The way
how
that
amazing would
UCB,
that be?
kind of
EKA.
runs through that area.
It's in the
So
game.
let's see if this is where they meant to go or if this is just
Cole.
random and if they're lost.
I hope Owen and
So far,
had a great
the
birthday. By
longest
the way.
distance that we've been off the freeway.
4 months a member.
And we'll see if the speeds get up pretty high. Up to
You guys
48 miles
you guys
an
are
hour.
on it today, by the way.
Still
Mark,
nothing super dangerous
Mark.
in the way of the driving. besides
Razor.
You know, does it
Mark,
so
the
interesting that we had
Razor's
a
Edge,
glimpse
6
there
months
of
a
the
member.
driver, and it's very interesting to see the body language. Many times we get the glimpse and someone's
Miss
inside
Miller.
frantic on the phone.
Miss Millie making the world's best
gestures. This
decisions
person,
tonight.
For that brief second, seemed
Welcome to
just-
the world's
just
most dangerous
outright
chat
casual,
and the
arm
greatest
out the
family
window.
on
Why
all
did they put
YouTubes.
their arm out the
Thank
window?
you
Why
and
not,
welcome.
You know, keep those windows closed so no one can recognize them.
Again,
Or, you know,
Let
And
me add
authorities
these
look at
people
this
and I'll get back
closely
to your
see
comments.
what the state is, what the
Maybe.
emotion is. They have to
Allegedly.
always factor in the risk of what this person is going to do when that car finally stops.
Can we set up a
and it
program where
will
it
stop.
adds
Right.
donos
That's
straight to
Yeah,
the
CHP is
monetary
being
monorail
given
guys?
information right now, and it sounded like it was coming from one of the air units, but I couldn't tell really which one. The vehicle was stolen out of El Monte, which we are getting closer to. I mean, he
El
passed it already, but
Monte.
now we're kind of moving our way back.
Now it all
eastbound.
makes sense.
So if it was stolen out of El Monte, it's unclear if this person is from there or what the their connection is to that city. But it makes a little bit more sense that we're kind of around this area now. That we know
Around
that's
the
where
El
it was
Monte
stolen.
area.
You know, it's interesting. My glimpse of that person, it looked like an older, didn't it? Someone,
it was
not
hard
a
to tell.
teenager.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we've seen this
We're
trend. as we look
aging
into
the
auto
person
theft,
from
that
the
we're
air
seeing,
now? Is that what we're
a slight
doing?
Uptick. This is anecdotal of teenagers taking these cars for a
Seems like a
joyride.
senior
There have been
citizen.
some,
It could be that old
you know,
lady
these
from earlier. I'm not gonna
cars
lie.
that are on the internet with Kia and Hyundai. That the automakers are addressing those issues right now, but there has been a slight uptick anecdotally from
happening right
news
now.
sources that's what's been happening.
Okay.
In this particular car, Nissan, we haven't heard of any security.
We've learned a lot of
vulnerability
things
that
tonight
we
already
saw
about
there. It was not
ghost pew
a
pews and
teen, so that's interesting to know. It looked like
is.
Just learned
maybe
so
something in the
much
30s
today.
from what we could see.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but
Yeah,
you know,
so
right now
nice.
we're going through these dark, narrow surface streets.
Ooh,
and not
this is
going
a
fast.
spooky
They
part of
did
town
slow
for
down. It
sure.
looks like they are slowing down for the stop sign here, with the CHP right behind them. But kind of like, okay, should I make a right or
The
left?
quick
Maybe
moves by
going
this
left, but
person trying to
in this
lose them.
neighborhood, and you're just hoping that no one's out walking around. It looks like we're gonna get back on a major thoroughfay here, but
It's a
you know,
white one.
just again, you know, when they're on the
I am
surface
so
streets,
far
obviously the CHP
I'm in the
talking about
weeds.
what their
Michael,
plan
good to
is
see you,
right
buddy.
now. Are we gonna attempt to do a spike strip or perhaps a
shirtless
written
dad's
order
here.
at some point? You know, they're looking for that pattern. First of all, this person needs, I mean,
I don't think this guy's got any pattern in it.
Now they're going down some alleyway.
Yeah, we're going in an
Where the
alley.
officers set up at the end of this alleyway, you know, they have to.
Oh, he's going to get himself boxed in.
That's more likely.
He's going to get himself in a
and
bad
easier to
spot.
do,
I'm telling
obviously,
you.
but when the person was on the freeway constantly,
Lisa, how are
that
you?
was not an option.
You know, my feeling is when they get into
JG
side
said,
streets in the darker
"Hey,
areas like
Lisa,
this, that they're looking for a
how
place
are
to
you?"
bail. They're looking for a place to stop. It's just a hunch, but that's what's going through police officers' minds right now. That this person seems calm.
Yes, it
rolling
makes
down the
perfect
window
sense.
was in an attempt to communicate.
Charlie
Oh, here we
Payne.
go.
Just wait for somebody to throw
Very
some free
close
ones
here.
out there, and
That's the closest we've seen.
maybe one will
now.
land in your lap.
So they're trying to anticipate what's going through this mind, the mind of the suspect. Are they wearing this person down? Are they looking for an
Speaking
out?
of people
Are they
wearing
looking
people down,
for, a way to end this?
10.
Safely? It's
Did
hard to
Charlie
tell.
Payne
What
get
do
one
you
of these free
see,
10 ones?
Desmond?
Everybody, thank the
Well,
mayor.
I know, knowing this area
It gives
here
to us and it gives
the
to
way
you.
that the
Double-headed
city
gift.
kind of acts like a wall between
Mayor,
Montebello and Monterey
much
Park.
love.
If
Much
the
love. Thank
suspect's
you.
not familiar with where they are, and the way they made a couple of those turns made it seem like they're not sure where they are, they could very easily run into a dead-end street here if they don't stay on one of the more
Here we
major
are.
streets. So
Back out on the street. Why did we not have a
happen.
cop car in that alley slowing them down?
You see CHP, they will be ready if this person
Oh,
does go into
look
a
at
dead end.
this.
By the way, even
Awake.
if they do,
And
they were
probably
into a
one of my
cul-de-sac or something
favorite
like
new
that,
channels
they
on
can certainly
YouTube,
turn around and
Iowa
try to force their way
Backyard
back
Camp.
out. I mean,
Some of the
obviously
most
that,
adorable
in
and
the
vicious
pursuit just a
animals you've
couple of
ever
weeks
seen
ago
on the
that,
net.
took a really insane
You should
turn
really
with
check it
the
out.
suspect
Just
got
saying.
boxed in. And also talking, about an armed person.
And she never
So,
puts up like
CHP
chase
may
or court
not
stuff.
want that to happen
And
either.
that's a good thing.
And a lot of times too, if they do drive
Thank you.
into a kind of a one-way street into a dead end, they will a lot
Have
of
you guys
times
ever
allow
dated
suspects
somebody
some room
and
to
like the
squeeze
loving was
by,
always like
which,
one way, baby,
sounds
like a one-way
a
street?
little bit counterintuitive, but they just don't know the mental state
I believe they
of the
call those
person
lazy lovers.
that they're dealing with, and if they have reason to believe that this person is armed, then
Mario
they
slipped
don't
in
wanna
on me.
box that
Good to
person
see you,
in,
pal.
too much. Obviously, if they're not going to surrender, the next best thing CHP
Pass
hoping
has
for
already
is that,
predicted the
they're gonna get
future
out
with
there
a
and
bailing.
not have that weapon, and they can,
Always worry when they
continue
go
to
in
move
these
around and,
overpasses
get a
that they'll
custody.
stop and get out.
Let's see, did
There they
no,
are.
I
Shoo.
thought they were gonna
They
make sure there
did.
was
We
a
all
was
thought
close.
the same thing.
That was close.
Listen, it
but,
bears
but yeah, no.
it bears
Yeah,
repeating.
they should have
that
gone
we
with
always
spike strip in
do.
that
If you're
alley if they
watching this
could have.
here on KCAL News, and you're in this area here in Southgate East Los Angeles, of course.
Look at these
please
folks.
stay very far from
Judge.
the road. When these people are driving and
Herman
the choppers
Marbell.
are shining these lights,
Good to see you, my
it's
friend.
very quiet to
Good
watch
to
this
see
from
Judge Herman.
KCAL. SkyCal, but
Possible, James.
these people are discombobulated. You don't know what's going through their mind. You don't.
He's
want
late for dinner, Angelo. I get it.
Jump out at any time, as we have seen in front of any home, force their way into homes
pop
using
in, you
the
could pop
weapon
out.
that they have that we're talking about tonight,
Absolutely.
which obviously turns it into an entirely different dangerous situation.
Chick-fil-A would
But
be good
again,
right now.
CHP officials not letting this one go, obviously, tonight. This person is armed. They want to get to this person. Again, we don't know how many people
Miss
are in
Miller.
this car. We saw that one person.
You've
when they,
honored us
rolled
with
down
your
the window.
presence of
This was
becoming a
driving
member.
force,
Now
but
here,
we don't know
you're
if they
giving
had
5
passengers
bones?
inside this car. It's unclear right
Miss
now.
Miller's
but
the gift
again,
keeps on
this
giving
is
tonight.
a stolen
Thank
car
you.
pursuit that started at
Speaking of gifts
6:40,
that
as
keep
Mike
on
and Jess
giving,
was talking about.
kitchen
So
court
1 hour
chats.
now into this pursuit, the
The
call
laughs are
started out
on
of
me
El
tonight.
Monte, and we
But I'll
up
take
in
your
the
2
Ontario Mills Mall
Canadian
area, Rancho Cucamonga. So
weird
they
money.
have made quite the distance, the trip from all the way out there to here, and it makes you wonder. They steal a
Matthew.
car thinking that they'll get away, got caught
Oh,
there, and started rushing back.
you're in Rock
That's right,
Hill.
the car
You're
was stolen in El Monte.
you're so close to Creed.
Police discovered it was stolen
So
in
close.
Rancho Cucamonga, trying to pull this
Creed
car
loves to hang out
over.
with fans.
Perhaps
You should
that's
contact
where
him.
they realized, we don't know what the traffic stop was like, whether they
Mr.
actually were able
Winslow.
to walk up to the car
Ooh,
before they
whoa,
took
easy,
off.
dude.
But in the meantime,
Oh,
as Mike
I
Rogers
don't
on his
hit
desk,
nobody. We make a
personal
lot of
arrest,
jokes here.
we've learned that they are
But we
armed. That
never,
they do have
ever
what's
want to see an
believed
innocent person
to be
injured.
a ghost gun. Let's go over to Mike right now for the very latest. Mike, any new information coming in?
Nope,
Yeah,
no,
the
nothing
San Marino
new.
Sheriff's
Oh,
Office
here we
says
go.
They're looking into the
It's a
details,
quilt, not a blanket.
regarding the gun. That information had initially been relayed to the CHP officers when they
Where's
were
my
picking this
quilt,
up
girl?
in the Inland Empire. And again, I'll remind you that the Inland Empire CHP officers didn't actually take the chase. They were, San Bernardino Sheriff stayed with it right actually until
don't look
we
at that,
came on the
McDonald's.
air. And as we came on the air, pedestrian. Ooh, that was close. As we came
Pedestrian.
on the air,
Is that what we
that's
call
when
those
CHP
there?
is taking it over on the LA County side. So, you know, at least the freeways, and this always makes me nervous when we get on surface streets, because
Yeah, I hate this.
there's
This
no
is
pedestrians.
so
The
dangerous.
traffic's all going the same way. This time of night, it's generally light. But you got a person who I really don't think knows where he's going. You know, Susie, you mentioned when we were in a neighborhood several minutes ago,
be careful.
he kind of turned right and then turned, and it almost looked like he saw that big street off to his left, and then that's why he decided to kind of veer left. And that's just indicative of somebody who has no idea where they're at in this neighborhood. Desmond mentioned trying to split the freeway.
It's got to be a record, right, T-Rex?
South of it. So you've got a person who I can only assume is just trying to do whatever they can to get away from the police, and hopefully you go they thinking you go through these neighborhoods and you'll lose them.
Jackpot Joe. Good to see you. I had to tell Creed you came by.
Helicopters, 7 helicopters above him.
Wow.
He's not going to get
7
Mike, can I ask
helicopters.
You if that's unusual to have 7
1
helicopters?
Hallelujah.
So it is and it isn't. I mean, you have CHP. They're the primary helicopter that one we keep seeing go through Desmond shot. That's
hey, 60s Flower Child. Good to see you.
Calling this. And then you have 40 King from the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department that is kind of staying a little bit higher monitoring it.
By the way, the mayor no way has bribed me to say those things.
In San Bernardino is involved in a chase and it's their kind of case. They oftentimes will stick with it even if it's out of their county. They've got more than one helicopter.
DJ, you're up and about. I love glad you're
monitor this chase because the other issue here is that the San Bernardino Sheriff's Office radios are encrypted, so the sheriff's helicopter can relay information.
I missed what
to
the
those
shot
other units,
was.
whereas the CHP helicopter would probably have a little bit of a difficult time, or at least
I don't have a shot at either one.
Switching back and
but
forth
good to
between
see
radios to talk to the San Bernardino deputies, whereas this sheriff's helicopter can keep everybody informed. And I'm looking to see just really quick if the
were you saying that
LA County Sheriff's Office looks like they're in the area a little bit to the south, but they've kind of pulled off too.
So, rumors.
It's not terribly uncommon to have 2 law enforcement helicopters, and then the rest are us, and you know.
Oh, remember that Denny's the other guy showed up at? Good to see you, Mikey.
Even though we're seeing the aircraft fly through our shot, and it looks like
he's a
we're
diabetic.
close,
that's it. Oh, they said it was an old person.
We're zoomed in incredibly tight, and they are always monitoring to make sure that we are a safe distance and nowhere near interfering with anything that is happening out there logistically.
Yes,
Let's
logistically.
Go back to
Mario
Desmond
sent $2, and he promised me a tattoo.
How far are we now from any highway?
Good to see you, Mario. Dropping the money.
Lost in the side streets. Are they heading to an area where it looks like they're boxed in and no chance of getting back on the highway?
Nope. Looks fine to me.
Well, we are. I can see the 60 out the left window. The 60 as we're eastbound, but there's no immediate on ramp right now.
All right, I've got to stop and add people onto the Montana monorail. I just got to. I'm so far behind.
Part of the Montebello area, there's no entrance.
Do me a favor. While I'm adding these names, go ahead and like the video. Share it if you want to. Appreciate it. 408 of you across the platforms. Glad you decided to choose us instead of the other 12 places that you could probably watch us right now.
Not looking like they do look pretty discombobulated, pretty
discombobulated. Oh my God, Mikey! What a botch!
They're just pretty lucky that they haven't run into any dead ends, but that may begin to change as we start to get near this hill over by the Garvey Reservoir, where the
reservoir dogs are dangerous at night.
So much they get a little bit more squirrely, winding in different directions, and there's definitely some
squirreliness
in that area. But I mean, we've been turning right, turning left, going north, going east. Now we're eastbound here. So
why do we not have the night sun on this guy or girl?
Atlantic Boulevard on ramp for
Just curious.
here in the
There I see it behind him, but it isn't on him.
Probably wondering at home, often as viewers, why isn't the CHP just pushing this car right now? Why aren't they doing a spike strip or doing?
Don't let them get back to the freeway.
You notice the streets, Ross, that they were driving on just now, very narrow with cars on either side, and they're not going to attempt something like that in a situation like that. The pit
He's only
maneuver,
doing about
the
50,
spike
so I
strips,
mean,
it's a very methodical,
too
both
bad
of them
yet.
operations. They have to make sure, of course, like you were saying, safety is their priority in any of those events.
And talking about ghost
so
pew-pews.
obviously in a small neighborhood like that, I'm sure they would like to give that car a little push, but you got to think about what could happen. Are we getting back on the freeway now, Desmond?
I told you not to let him get back on the freeway.
It seems like that's where the suspect was. We're at Garfield there, which they did actually have an opportunity there to get on the freeway, but now we're on Whittier Boulevard, which will be paralleling the 60 through East LA, Montebello, and over towards the city of Whittier. So,
how's everybody doing? What did everybody have for dinner tonight, by the way? I had a burrito.
Which
it was
could definitely
delicious.
be crowded many other times of the day, but now as we're getting pretty close to 8 o'clock, things kind of starting to empty out. Obviously, a lot of businesses on this street, but a lot of them have set up shop or closed shop.
Set up shop, late night shopping.
Why not see just how far back CHP is there? If you notice, there was quite a few other law enforcement who were kind of monitoring this. I think you drove by a Montebello PD.
Did we? Are we not getting close to the freeway?
The other way.
Yeah, I was thinking how fortunate, because it seemed like the authorities were starting to anticipate, right? He drove almost head on into another one, and that could have been a moment, but unfortunately now getting back on these main roads here. And as Susie was talking about, we all think that it would be so easy to do a pit maneuver or the spike strip, but as Mike pointed out,
I see the guys in
they're going to do a pit maneuver where this person is armed and swing that car back around.
See the guys in Arkansas do it all the time at like
it's
70 and 80 miles an hour.
Highly calculated by the CHP, and it appears, Mike, Desmond, and
go on.
That here we go into a parking lot.
Target, we're doing a little shopping at the Target.
They have to wear this person down.
We just hope this person doesn't park and go into the Target. We've seen that. So
oh, that'd be terrible. 5, count on 5 gift memberships.
And
Miss Milla doing the Lord's work.
Montebello units were there, so we've talked about this before. CHP.
Oh, look at him getting crazy.
Oh, now this is super dangerous.
This is crazy right here.
Situation. Right now.
I think this was the plan.
View discretion is advised.
This was the plan. Go into a big shopping center and ditch the
parking
vehicle.
lot.
Ooh, pretty close there.
Oh, watch out. Get out the way. Okay, it's getting hairy, guys. It's getting hairy. Oh, you are very welcome.
They were standing by at many different
okay, we're putting the pressure on. We're applying pressure where needed. Heather, Bloody Stan Hansen, thank you.
If they get out into a Walmart or a Home Depot or a huge store.
There's a chance. Carol's not in the running, so.
We have actually seen suspects get away.
But we've got some new blood.
See what he liked there.
Some new blood that wasn't around last year. So you're going to have new competition.
45 miles an hour there.
Are you ready?
In that parking lot where all kinds of
I know I am for a taser. 2 months a member. Oh,
relatively
thank you,
speaking,
Detective.
It's a good thing that they're out.
And look at Eric.
Fewer people.
Last one on, first one on.
He's probably looking for covered
He's consistent
as well to get out.
Ghost pregnant. Yeah, that lady was all talking about being pregnant. She wasn't even pregnant.
Just slightly a little and show us the general area. How close are we now to the highway?
Shame on her.
Is that the direction he's heading in?
All right. We're all caught up.
Yeah,
so not the non-paying customers.
Just
kidding, guys.
The 60 freeway and basically goes, over near kind of the Eastdale interchange, turns into 6th Street and the 6th Street Bridge.
Go all the way to the bottom. Jeanette, thank you for letting me know this was going on. I really appreciate it. Jeanette is our house mom over on the Facebook, and we appreciate all her efforts, even though we don't make any money over there anymore. Oh, catching the Yui. That's another charge.
Whereas earlier we were.
Oh my God! Look at all these cop cars. Oh, this is going to get crazy.
Want to stay on the surface streets.
Not playing around now.
On Whittier Boulevard, wondering if they're going to make another attempt, maybe in that shopping center.
You know, it looked like a few moments ago you could actually see the driver better than we've seen with the window up. So it makes me wonder if they're on the phone. Maybe they're from this area. Maybe they're trying to communicate.
Thank you,
Maybe
Cherry.
they're trying to come up with a plan to meet someone. We see this happen so many times.
Late for a date, maybe.
The good news in that is
what is that? What was that place we learned about?
To this
Again,
something arrangements. What was it?
Back out west, when we were more east earlier.
Secret arrangements or
has been going on now
intimate arrangements or.
Mike Rogers at the desk with some.
We learned about it during
so
our show once.
This, because this person is going up and down Whittier Boulevard, CHP has some ideas of some things.
I don't know.
May want to try. Of course, we don't want to give away tactical information here, but I also wanted to point out we've seen it a couple of times now. And there's one right there.
Ooh.
All of the Monterey Park PD units that are, or I'm sorry, Montebello PD units that are here. Montebello PD is not technically involved in the pursuit. CHP does not share pursuits. They either.
How dare you laugh at me, Leather and Lashes?
But you have
I'm thinking about Leather and Lashes now. I got her on my brain. Maybe she's okay. Hopefully
if he goes into a
MIA,
like
but
if he
don't
runs
laugh
into
at
a
me.
store, then they'll get involved, and then they're
KCC.
there, they're ready. They can help the CHP deal with all of this. I will say there were
we've really upped
units involved in this
this whole thing. There's like 80 cops after them now. This
usually
point.
3 units and a supervisor. It
Thank
seemed
you,
like I saw
my good friend
more than that in this.
Joe.
So CHP may have gotten permission to have a couple of more units in this, and then we've got Montebello PD kind of hovering around this area as well. In case this, ends in a foot bail or something where they're going to need additional officers.
All right, I'm all caught up.
Custody.
And if you're just joining us here on KCAL News, this has been going on for about an hour and 15 minutes now. This
thank God I missed the first
out of El Monte earlier today.
Hour.
Authorities became involved when they tried a traffic stop in Rancho Cucamonga. And
Mario, I don't think you do. You don't do
race
piercings,
was
do you?
on at this point. CHP is
Hey, it's Cricket.
Of this pursuit. We know that the suspect inside here is armed. We believe just one person in the car, based on information coming into Mike.
It's extra. Okay.
Priorities here.
You're not got enough stars yet.
This person is
I got you.
armed
I got
with
you.
a ghost gun. He's been driving at speeds topping 100 miles an hour. We saw 109. On the 10.
109.
Now he seems mired here in the side streets in Southgate, East Los Angeles.
That's right. And speaking of
damn, look at it on that
Ross,
place.
We
Whoa.
the fact that in the beginning of this pursuit,
What was that in the middle of the road? Was that the cops?
7 o'clock hour, top of the 7. We were talking about freeways, that this person has stuck with the freeways. We were talking about the 10 freeway, the 605 freeway. They're going, in fact, up and down the 605 freeway, going northbound and southbound.
Famous gamer.
Getting off certain freeways,
How's it going?
then getting back on just as soon as he got off.
Exactly.
And this is
they would have put this guy into the trees already.
On surface streets tonight. And
they don't play
Mike
around.
was saying, this is kind of that opportunity when the CHP is, having their discussions about what are we going to do about this? Are we going to be setting up units, probably in the area where they might believe this?
I'm glad you brought that up, Pullet.
Traveling to or towards.
For too many years, have we turned our back on our friend, the cauliflower?
About earlier, to possibly do
battered cauliflowers go unprotected for many, many years. It's time for us to stand up and protect
we have to talk about
and make sure we do not allow battered cauliflower to go on.
This person has not had any direct run-ins with cars, not gone the wrong way.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Signaling when changing lanes. We
no more living in silence for the
just
battered
cauliflower. They ran through the parking lot and pedestrians were present. But the good news is that
Panda Express
insanely.
I like the Mongolian beef.
News,
I think it's
the
called.
Car is stolen. It itself is a weapon. As we look at the driver inside, it looks like a male who we believe is armed. We don't believe that they're young teenager.
Nope.
He's going around. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe we got him with that one, kids.
I was zoomed really way in there. I wanted to try to get a look at the driver, and there was a spike strip attempt there.
I had burritos. I can't complain.
So they are getting pretty serious. Unfortunately, it looked like the suspect was able to dodge it, but now back off of Whittier Boulevard. So
Doug, they let you have cheeseburgers and hot dogs at your house? Ask your mom if I can come over for a sleepover sometime. Sounds like y'all got the good stuff.
As well as the eyes in the sky, the tactical flight officer that's the second person, the CHP chopper that's helping to kind of coordinate all these things. Now hitting a little bit.
Miss the Charlie's. Is that the sandwich place that has like the steak and cheese?
Yeah, I mean, you were saying, the car is a weapon, Ross, and you're absolutely
Confetti
right. What we
pancakes.
saw in that parking lot there, where the grocery stores and the Target was,
Too fancy for
40
my
miles
blood.
an hour, where people are out there walking, that is fast enough to kill someone. So that is definitely the most dangerous drive.
Oh, you had cheese enchiladas with some of those Rick and beans.
Going to make another attempt at getting out and running into
Nature boy.
Now we're back in these little surface streets here, little residential streets. Someone trying to back up there.
Oh, this is going to get really bad because I have a feeling this guy doesn't know what road he's turning on.
Streets out here and really anything above 30 miles.
Oh, we appreciate that. KCC.
This is an early edition of KCAL News at 8.
Oh, thank you for letting us know that.
Glover and Mike Rogers at the desk.
And Mikey the Legend talking all over us.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Susie So. We've been following this pursuit of a stolen car
I'm so far behind.
About an hour now. The car was actually stolen or reported stolen.
8 minutes behind. I'm sorry, everybody.
It was actually in the El Monte area that this car was stolen out of. We picked it up in the Rancho Cucamonga area, more far out.
Seeking arrangements.
Made their way back west.
That's it.
Heading on the
Thank you.
eastbound, the 605
Kay doing the Lord's
south
work.
and northbound.
Hallelujah, Kay. Thank you.
At the desk. We've seen one attempted.
That's what it was.
So far, this
anybody ever used that
they're
before?
Getting in that time now where they're saying, "Hey, we kind of see this pattern happening here. They're no longer on the freeways. We can possibly do something now."
Yeah, Susie, I just played back the record from Desmond, and he completely missed it. He saw it and was able to completely go around it.
Seeking arrangements, yes. Edible arrangements are very popular as well.
He was able to go around it, and I think that really
I don't think it was that one
because we were playing this game when we were going up and down Whittier Boulevard, back and forth, and that's what gave CHP their opportunity to try this because they knew.
You think an endorsement from Carol will get you the win?
After at all that they tried that,
I like that.
He pulled off. He's back to doing what we're doing, which is driving all around, kind of aimlessly on different streets here, which is what makes it really difficult for CHP to try to lay out a spike because they now don't know where he's going. Exactly. Right. So that was kind of his.
Okay, these guys are really giving us some great information, but I'm too busy trying to do a Carol impersonation.
Didn't work, and now this guy's figured that out. And we're back to
I'm Carol, fan of the year.
Now, we understand that this
I know a lot of you have wondered where my vote will go this year for fan of the year. Well, as a one-time, first-time winner, my money is Iowa golfer. Not a vampire. Dog's part of mom.
We have been on Surface
Iowa backyard camp. So this election day, please
I believe that they would have probably had the
choose
opportunity
Iowa
by
golfer.
now. And as
Thank
we look
you.
at Desmond Shot, if they were going to, you would see that back patrol car
You're welcome.
really inching up right behind the car, getting much closer, but we don't. They're keeping several car lengths distance between that car, which
I got chili peppers.
They're not interested.
What's going on, Pepper?
To do a pit maneuver.
Gotcha. And Mike, we saw that one dramatic moment.
I think she was going to a thing, maybe. She said about a meeting. I don't know.
More aggressively after that because there were people in that parking lot. And that was potentially a very dangerous situation.
How did you lose it?
It's so
what?
I mean, and we've seen so
how are
many
people
times
losing
where,
wrenches?
as Desmond mentioned, if the suspect just has about 20 or 30
remind me
seconds,
when I
they
have
can
some
get out of the
time
car, run
and
to
I
the
can jump
store
over and do that.
and be lost, and by the time that everyone's able to get perimeter
Oh,
set up,
thank
they
you
could
to
be out the back door, they
KCC
could be, completely
for
in the way.
bringing over
But
MB.
CHP has had such good coordination on this. They already were at the other end of the parking lot waiting for him to come out. So you have the units that were behind him. Obviously, they're not going to drive
big months
like
a
he
member
was in the parking lot, but
lowered expectations. Yes.
So he obviously could tell.
Mayor,
this was not his moment to try to get
Mayor, it's time for a man to win.
Units that were not involved in the pursuit, but were in the area and hovering around to be able
I
to
can't
assist
wait for
CHP
these
if he were to
campaigning
try to do something
videos.
like that. So I think that he kind of realized that wasn't going to stop anything. We've seen this person just kind of try to throw anything they can at the wall and see what sticks. On the freeway,
what did you dream about?
Down one street.
I had a horrible nightmare last night. It was terrible. Something to do with bears and telekinesis.
Again, a pursuit of a stolen car tonight. We believe the driver of this car right
I have someone. See, yeah, that's the typical, tattoo parlor thing. They got a piercing dude or dudette.
Already, but we're not, because of the fact that this person is armed, which certainly raises the security level for both officers.
By the way,
public. They want to make sure that
let me take a second and thank some of you awesome people.
Talk about spike strips for a second.
I want to talk about awesome people. I'll talk about Masterpiece coming in and becoming a member. If you're looking for something to do, look at that haunted house. Damn it, can we stop for that?
They're very heavy. First of all, they need to take
Masterpiece. Thank you and welcome.
It's kind of like an accordion as we watch this pursuit make its way to this right side.
This street is kind of narrow.
Oh, where we at? Where we at?
This is the first time we're seeing them pull over.
He's blacked out. I can't see anything. Zoom.
The usual pursuit tree gets in the way. Maneuvering SkyCal around.
Okay, there he is. He's right there.
To try to look.
Thank you, Louisiana.
Surrendering. Here you can see CHP out with guns drawn. I just noticed this person right here
who that
looked like they were giving direction to the person as they were pulling up.
They said, "Man, don't come down here. It's a dead end."
Some kind of hand motion at this person. But we make a turn here and we have stopped. Let's widen out and see.
Not only is Doug getting to eat hot dogs and hamburgers.
I'm kind of surprised that the suspect.
This is a very tense moment, by the way.
I can't quite tell. Don't want to zoom out
think
too much farther, so
I think he's stuck here.
Let's go back in and see if we see some hands out the window. Or,
I think he's stuck.
Or what the
5 gift memberships.
If they've just had
Thank you, Doug.
Realize that.
Hallelujah.
You know,
thank you.
Not seeing them surrender yet. Usually, you know, if they want to give up, we'll see some.
I don't think he's ready to give up.
Obviously, giving them those commands. You know, tell them let's see.
6-hour standoff, kids.
Out, something like that. But no movement yet.
Right. And, you know, this is a very kind of volatile situation. It could turn in just a matter of seconds. Mike, I want to go back to you to talk about the dangers of this situation. CHP saying this person allegedly may have a ghost gun. We know that has been
calling it that.
Major topic here when we talk to law enforcement officials about these ghost guns and getting them off the
It's such a buzzword, I guess.
You know, no way to trace them. And when you look up about research about these ghost guns all across the country, police departments are grappling with these ghost guns and trying to get them off the street.
Yeah, it's a huge issue, and you know, it's unclear. I asked San Bernardino Sheriff's Office about that.
We're grappling with the ghost guys. I'm telling you,
the CHP units in the Inland Empire were notified of it by the sheriff's department, who was in pursuit.
You know, because there's no more illegal ones on the street.
Or the vehicle is taken.
They're having to build their own,
which brings in another law enforcement agency into this. So we'll probably have to get some details from them if they're the ones that
no movement from the car.
The stolen car report. I want to talk about two things though. This is not a dead end. Neither one of these streets are a dead end, so he could continue going. And that person that we saw, you know, Des thought he saw them motioning, and I played back the video, and he definitely is in the street when this car comes by.
Telling him to come.
Kind of put out his hand like a stop motion type thing.
Oh, maybe he's family.
Interesting to me that person was out there. If they saw this on TV and wanted to, you know, get involved, which is obviously not the right thing to do at all.
Or do they know that person?
I was about to say, It also begs the question as to why this driver suddenly decided to stop here now that we know.
Maybe that's where he was going the whole time. Are we sure he's still in the car?
We're going to go back up to you as far as the pursuit ending right here, and we know that this is not a dead end road.
Okay, so anything can happen. We could. This chase could be nowhere near close to being over then.
To happen here and see if this driver is going to surrender.
Well, you know, they could certainly go in the other way, and indeed, you can see that this road does come out.
So you can say there's a back door.
They could put out a spike strip to deter this person from continuing. That's a pretty common tactic if they can get in and, you know, seal the other side of this street.
Seal the deal.
Again, it's kind of far away.
Oh, the beast
I don't want to go up there.
Good to see you, James. It's been a while.
And run or anything else. So let's stay focused here for a bit, but. You know, my definitely kind of scratching my head at that person. That
it could be worse. Could be scratching your crotch.
More than a coincidence that they were there. I mean, we've been.
Oh, that guy was there. He knows him.
Going on with this suspect, Mike raised the possibility of, you know, maybe it was stolen from a family member or something like that. And the way, frankly, this person was driving. First, I thought it was aimless, but that they haven't driven into any wrong way streets tells me that this.
Love it. Publix is great. Yeah, Publix is awesome.
Is this where they live?
Publix is good. Publix is great.
It just didn't look random.
Oh my God,
that person that was standing there, they've since been.
They said it's not a dead end, so.
Talking right now.
Right.
I think that's the person right
yes.
there.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking with an officer right now. So I
Interesting.
highly doubt that is just some bystander. it seems very, very likely that this is someone
the crowd is falling deathly silent.
Yeah, Desmond, it looks like that person might have been telling this driver, hey,
It
stop.
could be a super kick
And
party.
then a few seconds later, as soon as we get here on this road, the driver actually stops. So it may be likely that this driver does know that person who was waving at him, telling him to stop.
I'm used to having a guy that does that for me.
Before they made this right turn here and
just
said,
saying.
this is what the jam I'm in right now, and here I come, and that person just said stop. And
Alex, did you have any luck?
CHP also,
Any good horror stories from
right
there?
now, but the guns are trained on this person.
Viewer discretion is advised.
So far, this person has not come out, so this could end up turning into a standoff situation, as we have seen
Good to see you.
many times after pursuits. It often happens, but if that does happen, we're going to talk about the CHP bringing in their ballistic shields and all kinds of different options.
Oh my God, are we going to go that far tonight?
The fact that this person is armed, that could certainly change their after pursuit.
Ah, there we go. Awesome.
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out, during the chase, we did hear them coordinating less lethal options. So they made sure that they had officers involved in this chase that had those less lethal options already.
Go ahead,
And
Sasquatch.
as, we kind of
feel free.
Wait for this person to figure out if they're going to come out or not. I want to ask the control room if we can come to my computer here, because I just kind of want to show you where we're at and where we've been. So this circle right here.
Oh, geez, look at this circle we've been flying in.
Over Fernfield Drive and Fulton Avenue. But as I pull out a little bit here, you can
Bubba
see
Smith,
the tail of the CHP helicopter. We've not gone,
basically
distance. It's been going on for a while here, but
maybe.
He's taking off again.
Well, he must be done. He's gone.
Back on the move here.
Back on the move.
So,
tell me we had spike strips down there.
And if they have spike strips or what?
Yeah, it looks like they do have.
So,
are you effing kidding me? There should have been like 10 sets of spike strips there.
Earlier, how you would think that. But I'm not surprised that they weren't blocking the street completely, because this person is armed and they have no idea what this person is capable of. So that's why they didn't want to box their officers in. And look at that, just as we were hoping that the suspect was going to give up, they are on the
I mean,
so,
oh boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Ghost Pew Pew is a, I don't know. I was going to message him, but I've been very busy. I figured he would see we were on.
And we thought that this was the end of the chase because of that reason, that they had, come to grips with the
it's
fact
very,
that they're gonna, get chased.
Oh, here we are back at it again. When you thought it was over,
That I'm familiar with, and
not happening.
Someone I'm familiar with.
They're like, we got them, boys. Everybody settle down. We've got them.
Positives about that is they had that brief minute when they were able to speak with that guy. So if the guy that was standing in the street has any connection to this driver at all, hopefully
he did a terrible job of talking them down. Zombie peepees would be
that they wouldn't have otherwise gotten if the
terribly Friday.
So hopefully that gives them a little.
No, they ain't got no hostage, Nancy, or nothing like that.
If this person has any other mental health issues, if there's
either he's just visiting friends or what.
A clue, even a phone number, maybe they can call him.
Oh, not me.
Do that all the time. So
I didn't get much sleep last night.
At least.
That's true. Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal tonight, giving us a shot.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That's been going on now for more than an hour and a half. We've been on it since 7 o'clock, the top of the 7 o'clock hour. And we picked it up in the Rancho Cucamonga area in the Ontario Mills Mall.
All these normal, all the normal ones that are just floating all over the place out there. And we're worried about this guy building one? Really?
They have been staying in pursuit, not relinquishing it to any other jurisdictions.
I'm telling you, there are so many chases all across America.
But now I want to say that most of the pursuits
all over
surface streets.
But the thing is, LA has the choppers and the monies to get those up in the air and to film these kinds of things.
Try to, some of these stop techniques like the
NC Bushman. I love your channel.
And I want to talk.
This guy is going to be one of the biggest.
We're talking about how
at a ripe old age of 8 years old,
where everything is happening so
NC Bushman is out here just with amazing content. I love it, and you're amazing, my friend. You're going to go places. Don't let anyone tell you being strange can't make you money.
It's not as easy as it might.
Right? Thank you, NC Bushman.
Kind of like an accordion, and then
I
they
just
have
found
to
your
get
channel
out
yesterday.
of the way
Amazing
and
stuff.
pull it back, because
Buster
they
Crash,
could
you
actually
are
put
correct, my
themselves
friend.
in danger by
You're
being in
correct.
the way if this car is, flying down the street and they're trying to hit the spike strip. So
And yeah, and with that being said, Desmond, are you surprised? They had probably about a minute or two
Hell,
there
we had
while
plenty of
the
time to
driver
get this
was stopped
dude
on that
taken
side street
out.
in that neighborhood to put those spike strips out. They had the CHP there at the end of the street. Were you surprised that they did not have the spike strips out, being that we were waiting on this driver? And
Oh,
they
are we
were
making a
still almost
move?
2 minutes there.
I was definitely surprised to see that, and
Are you really though?
if that was if they were not wanting to use that strategy for whatever reason, maybe, or if they didn't have any available.
You're not really
I mean,
East
we know
Coast,
that they have
Pamela.
them
You're
available
more
to use. I'm really unclear why. And we
the
know that they're
foothills.
willing to use them. They already tried at least once, possibly twice earlier to use one. And they would have had more
I'm the
time for those
coast.
officers that had the spike strip
Just
to
saying.
retrieve them and drive up to where
I had just
they
said,
were.
hey,
We haven't covered so
where's
much
Constance
distance
at?
that those officers wouldn't have had time to do that. So I am definitely
Now I
surprised as to
like
why
Publix.
they chose not to use
You guys,
the spike
I'm
strip
gonna humble
on
brag that I
this
eat
one.
there,
But
but I have got a sandwich from there
they're just
before.
I know a lot of gears are turning in a lot of people's heads right now.
You
What's
think
going
it's
on
John
with
Jones?
that
Why is John
person,
Jones on the run?
and the with not just with the suspect, but whoever that was that looked like they were motioning to the suspect and then talking
Ain't
to
you got
CHP,
school tomorrow?
remaining on the scene. If that person wasn't involved, CHP would have told them to get out of the area. And instead,
Right.
CHP was talking with whoever that was wearing the white polo, and I saw them kind of motion like, okay, stay behind this line, stay behind the white limit line.
They didn't get anything done. They helped
I
that.
think we
Not
can,
at all,
pretty
Marky.
safely put the
Not at
pieces
all.
of
Good to
that
see you, bud.
puzzle together that these people are acquainted in one way or another. And so then the fact that we are talking about a ghost gun, a very specific thing, how this vehicle was stolen, I can't help but wonder if this is some kind of family situation.
Oh Lord,
that's going on.
this is a family show, KCC. Be careful.
Oh,
Oh, we're gonna hit somebody. Be careful. Go into the gas station and fill up.
Yeah. And Mike,
through the
Grab a big gulp.
and Mike, you heard
No, he
Desmond
didn't, because he
there.
always wore
He's
the
turning around, but he's boxed in
head
there.
thing. Oh, easy,
fine.
big boy.
Yeah.
Kind of do-si-do back out onto the street.
Come
Chris, you heard Desmond
on.
talking about this. Could
Take this
possibly
guy
something
out,
a family
man.
Situation, or maybe even a mental health.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I was crazy at every age.
Official word from police, but when you think about the dramatic situation we had there in the parking lot where you had
Maybe,
people,
Cleo.
around
Maybe.
and in danger,
I hope
and
your
also, going
your
on the freeway,
doctor's appointment, your
up and
physical
down at
therapy
one
appointment
point
went
in one
well.
way.
Hope everything's
And
good.
then what we just saw right there in that neighborhood, it doesn't seem like they are being as aggressive that you might think they would, especially knowing
What was that?
that this person might have this ghost gun.
Yeah.
Again with the
handles things differently.
any look.
CHP,
I want to go on the
going
record
back to the
saying
parking
any
lot,
kind of pew
now
pew
to
is
come back out
bad
here.
for this person to have, no matter if it's
I will
ghost
say CHP is a little bit
or
yes,
what.
they'll chase everything,
For
but they
fuck's
are
sake,
a
quit
little
saying
more.
ghost
I
gun.
don't know if gentle's the right
I'm
word.
sorry.
They're
NC
not
Bushman,
as
don't
aggressive as
listen
we
to what I
see some
just
of the
said.
other agencies. Like for example, San Bernardino Sheriff's Office, who started this, they'll get you. They'll come at you hard, and they will end a pursuit. The CHP is a little bit more. We'll stay with it,
All right,
but
stop
we're not going to
standing
make
up by
some real
themselves.
risky, dangerous type of moves here. They're more of a. We'll keep following the car until this driver chooses to give
Rob,
up here. But
I appreciate
the
it.
difference in why CHP really hasn't gotten too
You found the
aggressive with it.
right place.
And again,
You're
CHP
among
is
friends.
not the initiating agency here. So they're not El Monte PD, which took the stolen car report. They're not the San Bernardino Sheriff's Office, which started the pursuit. So CHP is also working off.
He's just going. Just
so I'm sure they
figure he's
it
giving
and all
himself
that, but
just a little more
it's not
time.
anything that their officers have witnessed, which may make them, just kind of want to just stay with this and follow it a little bit more versus
look at KCC
At one point,
humble bragging. Was this before or after you did a live stream? Details.
Yeah, I mean, we were going quick on the freeways. The majority, and now we've gone on for so long. The
probably Sharon. He's probably on the phone right now.
When we first started this, they were on the freeway for a long time and driving real fast up into the triple digits, which I kind of have been, we've talked about this, but this person's really done all of the usual things that a person tries. How do
I keep getting so far behind?
On the surface streets, through the shopping center. He's checking a lot of the boxes of how do I lose the cops, and it's not working.
Checking boxes.
Desmond, it looks like this person did have maybe a full tank when they first stole the car.
Like Mikey said.
Quite possibly.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Well,
maybe he's missing a piece, and yeah. Or maybe he's just not good at putting things together.
Maybe decent fuel economy. I'm thinking.
Oh my God, is it that raunchy that we can't talk about it here? Then do not talk about it. Bushman, go to bed. You can watch this in the morning, wake up while you're eating your Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Has learned that the driver is a female. We heard them say that, so it sounds like they probably got that information at the very least from whoever that was.
That old lady was
on the sidewalk earlier.
Man, she was amazing.
Who we are, pretty confident knows who this suspect is. So it seems that they got that information at the very least. And they're saying that it is
maybe
a female driver. Mike, go ahead.
Rotten Dot, what's going on? Rotten Dot.
Female drivers in pursuits. Obviously, we had that one a couple of weeks ago that ended up being a woman as well. But
come on, be a woman.
Female drivers.
Look, be a lady tonight.
It's true. If you're just joining us here on KCAL News at 8, this is breaking news. We've been following this pursuit of a stolen
calling
car
from the hospital room.
down
Oh my God.
Narrow road in the city.
Well, I hope.
I believe we are in the
Monterey Park.
I hope that you are going to do well.
We started this pursuit. We picked it up in
Get,
the Ontario.
Get better and get out of that hospital room.
Area. That's in Rancho Cucamonga and made our way west. And they've been in this area, the San Gabriel Valley, for the good part of 40 minutes now.
Oh, he's probably watching right now, laughing that I'm sitting here trying to keep up with comments. And
not successful, as you can see.
That's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, my favorite cereal.
Make a stop temporarily. As
think it's a woman driving.
Officers were talking to somebody that we believe is acquainted to this person in some fashion.
I will say this: it's not always California. It's just California is always on the air.
To CHP officers about this person before they decided
more details.
To take off once again.
Yeah, then taking off once again,
wow.
Getting back on the run. Then we, a short time later, see the driver that we now know, according to CHP, is.
That's what I'm saying. This could be a woman. I'm saying. I'm getting those woman vibes.
On the road now. Back on the
Reese Puffs are good. My wife loves Reese Puffs.
A situation that police
closely
and that we have to watch closely too.
I do like Reese Puffs too.
We've been talking about this.
But if somebody says, "Hey, you can only have one cereal, just one,"
allegations that a person is armed, but not only
somebody just broke into this place
with the ghost gun that we know has become a problem.
We talked about this earlier too, but just the fact that
haunted weaponry
versus freeways.
Breaking news. These guys are not.
Because everyone's going in the same direction.
I just don't get it sometimes. I get so frustrated with them.
It's a little bit easier for them, and this pursuit has been going on. I mean, we're coming up on a little over an hour and a half now. To the point, you heard Desmond, we're doing some housekeeping here at the desk, figuring out how much fuel SkyCal has left, and we've only got about 30 minutes of fuel left.
That's usually, more people.
So this person is just
per year.
They're content with going.
Lose it all with the ghost
chasing them.
Pew, pew.
And that's probably what CHP is okay with. That's why, again, we probably haven't seen another kind of any aggressive moves. We're going about.
I misread this. I thought Pass said, "Did you live stream it?"
We're not. And there's another. Was there spike strips there? Dad?
Come on, man.
Just Park to look like.
Yeah, it was just Unit Park. Yeah, it was.
We're just letting them drive past us, Karen. Just let them drive right past.
And we are still kind of hanging around the same area.
Around.
Kind of on either side. Kind of
downtown
going
by
north
myself.
the 60. We're headed northbound.
Oh, is he in this live stream, or he or she? I'm not going to guess if it was a man or a woman.
Actually, the same
again.
Same gas station. Wow. We were just kind of looping around earlier as well.
Peanut butter crunch. I don't think I've ever had peanut butter crunch.
It seems like they would have the opportunity.
Come on, man! Just take this dude or woman. Get it? Come on, man!
Units that are right on this.
Yeah, this is the world we live in now. Even the dead are toting weaponry. They're packing heat.
Yeah, and then it makes you wonder why they're staying in this area and not getting back on the freeway.
Grape nuts? I never tried them because it was always an old person doing the commercial. So I was like, oh, that's old person cereal. And he's like holding it in his hand. Grape nuts.
Yeah, and
these little things.
It looked like there may be a light coming from.
I was very upset because it was neither grape nor nuts, from what I remember.
I did briefly see.
Oh, it's all right.
Flash there. And it sure looked like that person earlier.
No
that
offense.
we referenced, that they might have.
No, I mean, and that's the thing. There is always, yes, they do have tons of car chases
as well. So,
but all of America does as well. Oh, another freaking bush! Get that bush out of there. Raisin Bran. Oh my God! Now that's I'll blow your colon out.
So yeah, still kind of hanging around this same area. Yeah. Let's see if they loop back around to where they stopped at.
Des, and I was just about to say, you see the driver, this woman looping around, going
He said
back
woman.
to that gas station, and then, of course, on that side road, seeing that person gesturing her to stop. It seems like that this driver may.
Are we confirming this is a woman? Confirming it's a woman.
I think so. And we had heard that. Even though they picked up this vehicle in Rancho Cucamonga, that it was allegedly stolen out of the El Monte area, one of the neighboring.
She's just blasting breakup music.
The 60,
she took his prized possession of a ghost pew pew.
That incident is said to have happened. So,
speaking of ghosts,
for a while there when they got off,
it looked really aimless. Like American Dad is one of my favorite shows. I watch it pretty much every night. That's one of Mikey's favorite bedtime shows.
Okay, there was another spike attempt.
Well, I think we.
Wheel off.
Look at that.
Oh my God! The whole wheel just came off.
I don't think I've ever seen a spike strip take a tire.
Holy shit! What a spike strip!
It just ripped it
Especially
right off
suddenly.
the rim.
Yeah.
Holy
so
crap!
Now, as we'll see if we can get around there to the.
How did that happen?
Now this person really knows.
It was a ghost spike strip.
And they just lost a tire instantly.
I have never seen by hit a spike strip and the whole entire tire just come flying off.
For way too long.
Holy macaroni!
Yeah.
But let's see what the suspect decides to do now that they are down a tire.
Good googly moogly.
Time that we're seeing this person stopped.
Oh, are they gonna try and drive on the rim?
Behind them, out of their vehicles.
Fruit Loops are.
At this person, they're yelling out their commands right now, saying, "Show your hands, throw your keys out the door. Let's show your hands."
Well, that makes me feel good.
From the outside, and
his pranks are fantastic.
But we'll see if they
I want to go
this time, because the last time
I want to go
Yeah, the car's on a
where he lives,
this time, but
and I want to dress up like a giant bush and have him dress up as a small bush and scare people.
The only good thing about a long
put that on my bucket list
is they've got time to get resources together, less than lethal options, your K9, all of that, and hopefully.
What if these officers have ghost pew pews?
And give up. I mean, again, like Desmond said, we have seen pursuits go on rims for way too long. But
you could definitely do a rim job right now if you wanted to.
And we've actually got some video we can show you here of that spike strip. You see,
watch. The tire there completely comes off.
Right side of your screen. That's the spike strip.
He hits the spike strip, and there
it was really
goes the
I've
tire.
never seen a hubcap and a tire just kind of fall apart like that on initial contact with a spike strip.
Right, and suddenly.
And I mean, the tire is still. I mean, that tire is. They're still chasing that tire right now to this very moment.
Might have hit the spike strip that just sent that tire just spinning right there in the road.
And
unbelievable.
When you use the magnifier tool, is the spike caught up in the wheel well there? Because we've seen that before too, where the spike will get stuck on the car.
No, I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Do some more damage. Is that what's happening?
I can't quite tell there. We have it magnified for you. I can't tell if that's part
humble
of the
brag. They got a magnifier
or not.
Oh, I've got some of that here right now.
See, it looks like he got the rear tire as well. That one looks to be flat. So that might have been the most perfect spike.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good one. Best thing they've done all night.
Rip the rubber right off.
Ripping the rubber right off, baby.
Is for
just rip the rubber right off.
And that's so incredibly unusual to see.
It's very frightening as well.
Tire hang on for up to another 40 minutes or something before it unravels. It deflates very slowly. But we have the window down.
My honor.
It looks like the suspect may be wearing a pink beanie or something like that.
She wore a pink beret.
A lot of hand gestures here.
She's listening to music.
She's
listening to music, brother.
Her hands.
She's like, yeah, let's go.
Listen. Once again, CHP saying that this is a woman, and also
I love it. It's a woman.
With a ghost
it's a woman.
We know this has been going on for over an hour and a half now. This chase, which started by a reported stolen car out of the El Monte
She's
area.
great.
And
I'll give her that
this is where we
already.
are now
Great
after,
hand
being
dancer.
here in this area, at
World
least for the last
class.
30 minutes.
Colon blow.
That one side
Can we
on
get
that
Phil
one
Hartman
side
out here to
street,
talk about
we
colon
saw the
blow?
person telling the driver to stop.
Phil Hartman's
That
dead?
person
Never mind.
have known this woman just because the way they were acting.
Obviously, this lady's
people
French.
trying to get her to stop.
She's wearing a pink
Then
beret.
back around twice to that gas station.
Oui, oui.
Finally ending here with the spike strips. as
Jim
we watch
Bullshit.
Police with their guns drawn, just waiting on
That wasn't
this woman
very
to come out of
nice.
the car and to surrender.
Yeah, and after that,
Jim.
Here we go. We didn't see this person get back
All
on
right
the
with the
freeway,
world.
so it kind of leads us
Glad to see you,
believe that
Jim.
They again are familiar with this area. They want to stay in the area where they're familiar with and make. That
ghost tire just came right off.
Gonna come to a stop. Now by this
That was great.
You know, run out of gas.
I love it.
Or perhaps do it on their own. But it looks like the CHP had a successful spike strip tonight. Putting
Look at that
this
back-to-back
pursuit
Mario.
to an end, and cooperating right now, not coming out of the vehicle as they're being ordered to do.
Then Susie, talking about that
Oh,
acquaintance
that'd be
there
so
on
much
that side
fun.
street in the neighborhood. We also, Mike, we did not see police.
Oh, wow.
move
I'm not
that
going to get.
person away or try to get them away from the scene.
I'm not going to get that.
Right. Sorry, I'm just
I'll be like, hey, it's me, Mikey the Bush.
They definitely engaged with that.
Australia, how are you?
If he wasn't a part of this, they would have immediately
Nicola.
shooed him away. But they engaged with this person. They talked to him. They asked questions.
My throat's so dry, I could definitely have me a nice cold Nicola right now.
Assignment desk out in the newsroom that this was stolen.
No. That tire said, I'm out of here. I'm done with this.
That it was actually out of Monterey Park and not El Monte.
Had all this I can take.
Some different information there, but Monterey Park would make much more sense because I believe we are either in Monterey Park or
it'd be hard to say, Alex.
If we're on the north side of the
so many great ones. Chat, let him know what yours would be.
60, right?
Yes, that is correct. So we're on Garfield, or just off of Garfield.
Oh, did I see somebody say it?
The suspect's either
Leather and Lashes made it. Oh my God!
Kind of
from the grave.
Or
We already had you as abducted.
And having some issues.
I'd already submitted your photos for milk cartons.
Interest in communicating with the authorities at this point. The window's been up and down. You can kind of see.
Maybe. Well, I'll put a request then.
Lots of hand gesturing, and I just have to wonder if
really
something's going on with this person, and that just makes me wonder if that's what that person on the side of the road earlier was trying to tell about CHP. So, I'm sure we'll be able to.
You just love women that much. I do.
Soon, but,
what did I do? I didn't do that. It wasn't me.
This person not giving up.
Maybe it's just a big beret and not a big head.
Not going to be.
Oh, you think she's pretty? I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Des, really quick, I'm just curious if we can
pull our
attention away from the car for a second. I'm curious if that person that was at the side of the road followed this and is here at the end of the pursuit. Maybe we've seen family members do that before. I'm just curious if we see him anywhere back there at all. I know the trees are terribly placed there for us, but I was just curious to see if we see him anywhere.
I do not.
Such a great bit.
Right here.
Who is this?
Driving into let's
see what's up.
Person doing.
Look, they're like, I'm a door dasher. I've got to get through here, guys.
They're just trying to make a turn or
little van.
I don't know.
Stringer, maybe? I don't know.
Someone trying to get home. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. But that one person was wearing a white polo. I remember pants and a tucked-in white polo.
Yeah, it could happen.
So I'm looking around to see that person, and I do not see that person. Let's see if by chance they're in that van. I don't know, kind of weird, or if that person was just kind of.
Again, it could be Stringer or something.
To go down the street to go home, not sure, but I do not see the person that we saw earlier here on scene with CHP.
Yeah, oftentimes.
Well, Creed's older than me. He needs his rest.
When there isn't that heightened level.
Don't give him a hard time for needing his rest.
Situation happening as we have in this case. They're going to go wait for that ballistic shield.
Ghost jiving. Maybe he was dancing with a ghost.
Not every unit of the
Highway to Hell is a great one.
Shield, but they'll wait for that.
I would be down with that.
Then the officers will actually stack
almost 600 of you across all the platforms.
But as you can see, this is a
very
delicate and they have to be very ginger with this operation because of the fact that this is a person who is armed, and we don't know what their mental state of mind is right now. If that could be a part of the problem
shooting pepper
tonight.
balls.
But it looks like they're using their less than yeah.
I just saw that smoke. You can see it drifting in front of the lights there, but just a couple of seconds ago, it looks like they tried to launch one through the window. Des, could you tell if it went in?
No, I had looked away for 1 minute. There. I couldn't quite tell.
Thank God he was paying attention, right? Yeah, shooting pepper balls. Come on. Pepper balls.
Kind of treads the middle of the road.
There's that pepper spray. Yeah, I think once they start hitting her with pepper balls and stuff, she might take off.
Some of the pepper balls, early. And like, okay, if the spike strip didn't get your attention, is this going to get your attention? Look at this.
Oh, she's getting out. She's getting out.
Opening, and we see some hands. So maybe the suspect finally realizes that the jig is up.
Maybe it's not a hat. Maybe that's the color of her hair.
Situation when we can get it over with right now. It's going to end one way or another with the suspect in handcuffs.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Now, let's just hope that they come out and obey commands.
And real quick,
Alex, thanks for the
level of uncomfort.
The promo for Ice Cold Edits, but
is a lot. Those are
I'm not going to go and use their stream
get watery. They're
without
really
their
hard to
permission.
deal with. The first thing you're going to want to do is get fresh
Oh,
air.
absolutely.
This person's at least out of the car now, waving.
Yeah.
Waving to the helicopters. She's looking up, waving to the helicopters now.
See how she's dressed? I think she might have just got back from Walmart.
Backs up, seemingly into a little dance there, if you will. We were talking earlier about the dangers of these ghost guns on the streets and how police are handling.
Go ahead.
Because these ghost guns.
Oh, Pantera Walk would be great.
All across
Walk
the
on
country,
home,
they're
boy.
traceable. You can put them together right there at home.
By the way, if you want to listen to them and you live in LA,
this woman being arrested here by CHP finally after almost a 2-hour pursuit here.
Yeah, it's true. And as
cuffed and stuffed.
Up here on KCAL News, as we've been
cuffed and
this
stuffed
pursuit, since the top of the 10 o'clock hour. It just makes you wonder what kind of situation.
I'm trying to wonder, where is this ghost pew pew that we heard so much about? They better bring that thing out and it's big as the car.
Maybe a family member saying, this person is not in the right state of mind.
She had some extra padding.
All clear here in Monterey Park.
Nothing wrong with that. Lord knows I do.
After a standoff with the pursuit suspect comes to an end.
All right, you're watching KCAL News
Oh, it comes to an end. This is the end. Wow, they went right into a news story about a 7th grader getting hit by a car. Also saw that if I hadn't thought of it, Terrell Owens got hit by a car after an argument. That's crazy. The Ghost Pew Pew Express. I know some people aren't on there, and I'm gonna get them live. Eric, first one on. Mayor J Metal, thank you. Robbie Rob, Matt baby, Helen, Carol, Chris, H&W, EKA Lord, welcome. Mayor with the gifts, I misspelled them. Iowa, Matthew, Carol, Geo, Mayor, Mario, Heather Stan Hansen, Iowa, Eric, Masterpiece, welcome. Iowa, Mayor, Louisiana Dub, Iowa, Doug Parker, Parker's with the gifts. NC Bushman, go sub to NC Bushman. And let's thank these other people that were after NC Bushman. All right, NC Bushman was right there. So, Nancy, thank you. Iowa Golfer, yet again, thank you. Oh, Mario, thank you. Mario again, more thank yous. And pulling it up or pulling it out, depends on where you're at. Mark, on that illustrious caboose. Mark, weren't you on the caboose earlier too? Are you 2 for 2? Mark, 2 for 2 as being the caboose. That's a first. It's got to be, right? Somebody check the books. While we're checking that, I want to thank you guys. I don't give a shit if we've got 10,000 people. We got 10 people This is the best chat. You guys are the best friends a horrible YouTuber could ever have. And I am truly, when I turn into a ghost pew pew and I go into the great beyond, I put you on there, did I not? KCC, better known as the Paisley, with the dono. Thank you. Show her shirt. Whose shirt? I missed her shirt. What was on her shirt? They bolded. 220 licks. It does take a lick and it keeps on ticking. You guys are the best. I love you guys. As long as you show up, I too will continue to show up. Like my mom used to say, they pick me up and they say, look here, put out or get out. And I did a lot of walking. So, until tomorrow though, when things just get crazier and crazier. During a pickup game, you got to fight. During a pickup game, and they got run over by a car. How you get run over by a car during a pickup game? How you gonna get run over by a car during a pickup game? These kids. Woo, boy. Your boy's tired. Yeah, for real, I'm not lying. I mean, I didn't do it. I just heard about it. You guys, don't be like Terrell Owens. You guys be safe. You guys stay hard. I mean, just hard. And also, for God's sakes, Larry, that's all right. You're the inventor of Florida Friday. You got a pass. See you later, Bushman. I bet you got so many girlfriends. Staying tuned, doing what you should. Because without you, I'm just a guy. With you here, with me, it makes me a top guy. Of course, for every top guy, gotta be out. See ya.
Just do what I tell you.
It was a constant continuation, right? Italian flag? Was it? All right. I'll take that. I could stay here all night. And I've got sweet dreams of babies and boo-boos and ghost pew-pews. Sincerest apologies. And I miss Jim, son of a bitch. Stop the music. Jim, unbelievable. This will not pass. And of course, Jim, on that monetary monorail. Sorry, Jim. I apologize. Anybody else I forget? I'm only one man, Daddy. Just a man. I take my pants off both legs at a time. Good night. You know I love you. I honestly love you.